let's pretend that you have a Discord server. Now imagine that the Discord server is a little bit dead because you keep forgetting to promote it at the start of videos. Well, whoopsie daisies, looks like Discord is introducing some age verification systems to comply with local legal guidance. So now your users, in order to use some portions of the site, are expected to put their ID in. Who's to say that they're not going to restrict it further in the future? Now let's imagine that the site that you're currently platforming your community on once upon a time used a system by Persona. Now you might not recognize the name Persona as an IT solution. They were at one point Discord's go-to pick for age verification. They happen to include a certain person investing in the company with some I wonder who you could be talking to. Gee, this is a fantastic person to be buying into a social media platform used largely by children. This is the ideal candidate for somebody selling an age verification software to a kids platform. But okay, let's say that you're using this website, but you don't want to send in your face to a third-party company because that's dystopian and evil. How about you just give Discord a copy of your legal information, like your passport, your driver's license, or oh, what's that? What's that? We have identified approximately 70,000 users that may have had government ID photos exposed. But let's assume that you don't even want to send in your ID. Let's just assume you want to use the site. What's this? There's currently a vulnerability in Discord's AI moderation that detects any and all square grid images, such as spreadsheets, chessboards, and Minecraft inventories as child abuse material. By Discord's own admission, since May this year, 8,000 people have been banned for child abuse just for posting grids. What a wonderful platform. What a wonderful platform that is getting you to use AI browsers for 15 minutes. What the hell even is a Discord quest? I thought this was meant to be a social media platform that you just message your friends on. Like, who asked for this? Genuinely, what gamer looks at their messaging app and was like, you know what we need? We need an in-app currency for the item shop that like, what the hell even is this? We're going to actually be looking at alternatives to Discord. Full disclosure, I was working on this video several months ago. So this was my first sort of introduction. I was having a look around at alternatives and I came across this GitHub thread featuring somebody's AI chatbot. You can tell it's AI because it loves using emojis. It tries to reason with your frustration like it's tech support, loves an M dash, rule of threes, has subheadings, numbered lists, and tables. Thanks, GitHub. What a lousy world we live in where just tech support is now outsourced to AI large language models. This is genuinely depressing. Alright, first Discord alternative is Gilded, which is a Roblox competitor. So our first competitor to Discord is going to be Roblox communities. Oh my god, am I seriously going to have to turn to Roblox of all people to safeguard? It's just a bulletin board. Okay, well, that rules this one out completely. Alternative number 2, Slack. I don't have a good feeling about this one. I really don't. So we've got a free tier, 90-day message history. Thank God it has no AI features on the free tier. That's actually preferable. Like that is accidentally a great feature. For the low price of €0, you don't have any AI. That is... What the hell is a huddle? I'm seeing a lot of words here that, let's be honest, you'd only see these words from Indeed or LinkedIn or Read or something. I don't think any of these. I don't think this is going to be a solution to fix Discord. Can you imagine, like, I don't know. Let's say you're Tommy in it and you have 100,000 people on your Discord server. Can you imagine them all piling into a Slack channel? Element. It's trusted by the British government. Is that the US Navy SEALs? Alright, here's what their UI looks like. It's kind of Discord-y. One of the things that just baffles me about all of these is why would government departments want an IT solution that copies Discord? It's genuinely every government in the West being run by 13-year-olds or something. I don't understand. Or is this just like the natural evolution of Skype? Did they really put the everything is fine dog? Basically just Discord, a very corporate version of Discord, just reskinned to look like WhatsApp. Let's go to something more interesting, like Stoat. Okay. I don't actually remember this one. What in the name of Christ are you asking me to select all the items that can go inside the... Oh my god, you're just asking... At this point, it's gonna just... I hate this. And I'm gonna have to censor that. Oh, you want a verification email? How about I verify? Suck your mum. I just discovered I already had a Stoat login. I don't remember having a Stoat login. Okay. Okay. Pop up on the screen, it's telling me we got a video chat. TLDR is they're basically adding the screen share feature from Discord voice video calls. Sure, I've read the reviews. And no, you may not have notifications. Oh, I have set up a... Oh! It used to be called Revolt. Right. What do they have? Oh, they're still using the old logo. Whoops. Okay, what if I... Oh, I'm so irrelevant. What if I... What if I... What if I... I like the look of you. Let's join you. That is a beautiful picture. Right, what's all this Stoat business about? First of all, very quickly, I just want to... Okay, so I started this last year in April. Hence the old profile picture. Oh, you've still got tags, which is pretty cool. How's my profile look? Yeah. That was my... But basically just what it looks like. Yeah. How's the GIF finding thing? Oh my god, it's Google. It's all Google. It's Google's design language, more specifically. I don't think this is their own GIF service, so I'm going to assume that this is not. It's not Tenor. It's not a third-party one, so it's not affected by any shutdowns. I think this entire website is just using Google's design language. Oh Jesus, sorry, design language. They got some ugly as hell emojis. Jesus Christ, just use the Twitter ones, I think. I mean, it's distinct at the very least. You're kind of standing out a little bit. The UI is a bit dodgy. Can't argue that. Let's post a cat gif. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's post this cat instantly. We've got no favourite gifts, unfortunately. Uh, uh, Damn. I haven't really got a lot of choice. I've also noticed up here these little dots indicate new messages. It was really subtle, I will admit. I didn't notice. Testing out Stoat for the first time, I decided this would be a good first server to join. I put it on this screen. I'm just currently in the settings, and I do think it's very interesting how they've really copied, or not copied, but they've replicated the Discord menu UI, but it's very obviously built using Google's client, the Google's design language for websites. I think it's really interesting. What type of typefaces do we have? That's kind of alright. Can I mean, this is a feature you don't really have on Discord, which is just changing the typefaces, that's all. That's quite decent. I'm trying to find just an interesting one. What looks closest to, say, Sony's? Which, by the way, if you haven't seen last week's video, I did a video essay about Fruit Arrow, and some ideas I had about it. So if you want to check out a very cool video essay where I go into a little bit of detail about typefaces, check it out. Okay, so you can actually change the emojis. So I can put them back to normal, which is, that's a nice detail. Oh my god, you could do the old blob emojis from Android 5. I will very much be doing that. The next social media alternative is Roots. What is Root exactly? And who makes it? Because that's a very distinct UI. Next generation social platform communication. Corporate suite, corporate suite, corporate suite. Closed beta begins soon with a full platform launch planned for late 2025. I wonder if that actually ever happened. Also, I can't seem to find any indication that I can just use it in the browser. I think it's specifically a desktop app. I'm not sure if I really want to be installing a piece of software to my computer. Is it open source? Okay, so I'm reading the TOS and I found an interesting little detail here. You have to be you have to be 16 or over to use the service, which having a 16 age rating is very interesting. I think WhatsApp brought it in a few years ago, and maybe like one other social media platform that you have to be 16 to use the service, and I don't remember why. Okay, so in the EU in 2018, which is during Brexit, they were raising the age to 16, but then they lowered it to 13 a couple years ago. I wonder why that was. I knew we should have left. I think the reason is for data privacy laws, maybe. But I do think it's very interesting. That's a very interesting one. Maybe there's a tech reason, but not recognizing do not track signals. That's gonna cause a bit of an upset. So on their blog, they've got this why we're building roots page. Okay, so having a little read of this blog post, basically this paragraph is sort of a very important one. If you have a look at this section here, root includes tools like array planner, so on and so on. Basically, this is software running inside of software. Not, I wouldn't say it's a virtual machine, but it is a sort of sandbox environment where you could run custom scripts and things specifically catered towards gaming, which is cool, but I don't want to install it on my computer. At the minute, I don't know enough about the company. All I know is from a blog post that they are funded by the founder of Crunchyroll, which nowadays isn't really something to brag about. But at the minute, I don't really want to be downloading software to my computer or my phone. It's a very familiar user interface. I am curious to see what they deliver because obviously you can read from the first line. Basically, this is Discord, but you don't have to give them an email or any sort of identifying data, which would be an interesting premise. Let's see why it exists, which I think is it's a good question to ask. It's something that I tried to really preface at the start of this video, which is Discord is screwing up and dropping the ball massively. I didn't even touch the half of it. You could probably make a whole video essay out of reasons why Discord sucks at the minute, and don't give me ideas. Okay, interestingly, it's 5 people running this entire website as a hobby. So I'm a little bit interested as to the data storage and everything, because obviously Discord has a problem at the minute where people are just dumping their files onto Discord. They're trying to use it as unlimited cloud storage, which is killing Discord server space. Because, people are just uploading entire, let's be honest, pirated movies and things that are taking up server space. And every single time they get uploaded and just dumped there and ignored for years, that costs Discord money in server space. So they've started to make these files temporary so that they die over time. I'm curious to see how Kloak does it because it's not cheap running a data server. Interestingly enough, we don't verify age. Fantastic. That is a decent guarantee, and especially from a privacy-backed social media network. A platform that's trying its absolute hardest to be as private as possible. They're going to care very strongly about age verification. They're basically just trusting you to be old enough to know what you're doing, which is honestly how the internet used to work many years ago, until basically it's don't be a knobhead or we will actually call the police on you. Which isn't too bad. Okay, they've given me my key, and they say that they're not going to show me this key ever again. Ever. Which is pretty interesting. The fact that they don't even store it on their systems. And that's it, my key's gone. I did make a note of it. I hope that this is not like a trendy thing that they're trying to like do the aura meme. I'd rather they didn't do that, but never mind. Let's create a server. Let's call it Kloak. That's done. That looks very similar. Just a little bit minimalist, I guess. Okay, so you can make the server public, but you gotta make it 7 days old, you gotta get 5 members, 20 messages in the last 7 days, at least 100 characters in the about section, and a server icon and a banner. Which, yeah, that's not unreasonable, to be fair. I mean, they kind of just want you to have an active server. So, I won't share this at the minute because I don't really know what I'm doing. But I will perhaps show it off in a later video if I really like this. Currently, I do like the look of Stoat. But this is a pretty cool server mechanic. Right, let's have a look at what servers are available. What sort of stuff can you join? Um, huh. 33. Oh my god. MAGA's strongest army over here. I don't want to join this server, I just want to know what the W stands for. What's it like joining the Kloak server? Again, the same thing, you got the little message icons here. Got a gift search. You got trending gifts. You got some Austin Powers there, that's good. That's good. Recent gifts, that's quite useful. Oh, it's sent twice there. I don't know if that was a mistake or what, but okay. And they've brought out the thing which otherwise costs money for... Oh. This would usually cost money on Discord, but they've given it to you for free. I mean, the range is limited. There's not a whole lot to show off there, but if that is your thing, then that's pretty cool. So I'm going to do that. Nice. And that's Fluxer that I've been hearing about. You can try it for 30 seconds without an email, which is a nice little feature. Yep, and there we are. Genuinely, the first thing that they add to their blog post is Discord requiring face scans. That is just... it might even be a death blow to the site in the long run. Fluxer seemingly is more for advanced users of Discord. I think there's this paragraph here. Open source and self-hostable. I'll be honest with you, I haven't got the infrastructure to self-host. Self-hosting is like running your own website and things. That's nerd talk that I don't have the time for. I'm too busy shagging. Uh-oh. I'm gonna have to read this paragraph carefully. At the very least, one of the massive concerns I have about AI vibe coding, which is basically when you go to, say, ChatGPT or Google Gemini, and you basically say to them, I've got a coding problem, can you fix it? One of my biggest problems with that is the fact that you can't explain that code if you don't know what it does. If you ask an AI what code that you should put into the software, and you just use it, and you have no explanation on what it does, you are a bad programmer. You are an irresponsible programmer. Any good programmer will recognize the fact that the code that they put in their software has to be understandable to, at the very least, them. Even if you're the only person on Earth who understands what your code does, even if your code is, let's say for instance, a buggy mess of if-else loops running in a Unity window, generative. Even if your code is barely intelligible by anyone else, at the very least, if you understand it, then you know how to fix it. But if you don't know what an AI is doing, and you add that code to your system, that's just completely irresponsible. Some of they're not even criticisms, but where the observations I've had where, oh, this looks a lot like Discord. Yeah. I mean, this developer puts it quite clearly, is that you need to make it look like Discord, otherwise people don't know what they're doing. Which is a really good point. This is what I was talking about before. Attachments expiring. Discord is doing this as well, I think, if I remember rightly. Basically, if you have a larger file, it's not going to last as long on the server because that space just needs using up by other apps and files. Well, bad news. No adult content in the UK, which is understandable, as you outlines up here. The stress of collecting people's government details is probably bigger than just not having people from certain markets. Okay, that's very similar. I mean, we just went over that, didn't we? Oh, wow, you can favor DMs. That's really interesting. So what do we have? Well, we have Yuri and Arch right next to each other, so I can probably tell what sort of user base this website has. Every niche website on the internet has to have a little subgenre of Turkish people very proudly displaying their flag. I've decided I'm going to join this server just labeled Hangouts. Okay. 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 Okay, so the UI is largely identical to Discord. Obviously. I mean, you got the favorite gifts, which the other ones didn't have, but if that's a feature that matters to you. There's personal notes here, so I can just, I don't know, phenomenal stuff. I have no idea what... Okay, Plutonium's a subscription service. It gives you higher character limit, more communities to join. Just quality of life things, I think. Fair enough. This is quite interesting. I think you can save media. So if I... Let me try and find a video that somebody likes. Let's take this person's cat photo. Can I add this to... Oh my god, you can! You can add it to your favorites. Whoa! That's really cool. It's like a... So if you go to media, it shows up there. Oh! It's actually a really nice feature. I'll be honest with you, it is basically just Discord but better. Like, the UI is a bit smoother, it's a bit cleaner to use. They're not trying to sell your product all the time. Flippin' heck, I'm getting... What? How am I connected? Yeah, let's allow this. Sure, the virtual camera. The OBS virtual camera, sure. I'm connected on 2 devices. That's interesting. Oh, so maybe if like you're on your phone, you can... Oh! That's a I wonder whether Discord has that, whether you can connect on 2 devices. Because that could basically mean that like you can be talking to your friends, and then you can go out into your kitchen or your garden or something, and then you could come back to your computer. Oh! That sounds like a feature so good that Discord will try and paywall it. How have I been sounding? How have I been sounding? Oh! Oh! Very cool. Yeah, it's Discord, but better, basically. I want to go back to the GitHub I showed at the start of this video. I want to take a look at this AI nonsense. Oh my god, they love the word vibe so much. So much, they love the word vibe. Where, I bet it comes up somewhere else in the prompt. Oh my god, I found it. Wait, if you're looking for a different vibe, there we are. Oh, ChatGPT loves the word vibe. Alright, so Gilded was a write-off because Roblox discontinued it, which is arguably for the best, because the last thing you realistically want is Roblox kids, of all people, getting access to a chatting app. That's just a disaster waiting to happen. That, like, Chris Hansen sniffing the door, you know what I mean? Stoat... Yeah, it was clean. It was quite lightweight. I'll be honest with you. This is just AI slop, the vibe check section, so I'm just going to elect to ignore it. Matrix, I didn't bother. Looked too nerdy, and I didn't feel like beefing with the Bundeswehr. And I didn't check out Signal today. Oh, here's the developer for Kloak, plugging themselves. So arguably the 3 best I used today was Stoat, probably Kloak as well. Let's open Kloak. And it remembers my login, fantastic. So we've got Kloak, we've got Stoat, and we've got Fluxer. Fluxer, it's not something I think I'd be using. I don't know if the user base is big enough. I think that it's got room to grow, definitely with some of these features. It's just Discord but cleaner. If you're looking for this, basically the exact same feel as a Discord server, but it's cleaner, less bloated with nitro ads, you might want to try Fluxer. if privacy is your sort of thing and you care strongly about, anonymity on the internet, you might want to give Kloak a little look. I will be definitely seeing if I can make any use out of Kloak. I think it's very cool, very much so. And I think if I had to abandon Discord, I think I would probably jump onto Stoat. It just looks sort of professional enough or like clean enough to really suit as an alternative. They've also got the notes feature that Fluxer had, so I can also type boobies here. This recommended servers. The actual official Stoat has got, what, 120,000 people in? And those are the people that have voluntarily joined that server. As you can see, I've got this new account here, and I didn't start off on that server. So this isn't people automatically being signed up. This is people actually willingly joining. And obviously, the more people that join Stoat, the more communities will grow. So I've got high hopes for this platform. If this is doing what I think it's doing, let's find out. I think this is about to link Discord with Stoat. Yes, you can. Bridge a general chat between Discord, Stoat, and Matrix. So I think that's what I might do. I might set up a Stoat server and a Discord server, and we'll see which one does better. Probably the Discord one, but if Discord screw up enough, then it will be the Stoat one. Anyway, that was a wild little look at all of the Discord alternatives that I could find. There's 3 of them for you to get your grubby little hands on if you're interested. I'll link them in the description. Also the sources that I showed at the start of the video, I'll link them there as well. If you enjoyed this video, I have about 170 other videos on my channel if you want to take a look at any of them. They're all in one big playlist. You can always, join this Discord server for the time being while I figure out what I'm doing. This Discord server is it's a little bit dead. Yeah, that'll show them. Anyway, like and subscribe, join the Discord, follow my Tumblr, I guess? I don't really know how to do outros. All I know is, I just know how to say thank you for watching, like and subscribe, and join the Discord, and at the end of all my videos, well, I hope this has been of use to you, but at the end of all of my videos, I usually just say, bye!